Hello guys, this is another question we've also shared across our social media. Okay, so we are moving in ascending order from the last to the first, or from the bottom to the top. So this is the next question. Okay, taking it from the last question share. So here we are looking at this is still indices. Okay, these questions are shared on the social media after treating a particular part in any topic we are dealing with, so that you can practice it and go along with us. So by the time we solve it, you can compare it with your answer. So we can see here, this is solution to the question above. Now, here we have 1 over 9 raised to power x equals 3 minus x over 3 times 81 raised to power x. Okay, it's as simple, it's very very simple. So this is 3, this is 3. Okay, you find a way to convert all the other ones to also 3, base 3. This is base 3, base 3. This one is in base 9, you can convert it to base 3. This one is in base 81, you can convert it to base 3. So it means that 1 over 3 times 3 is 9. So it means I can write 3 raised to power 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, yeah, that's 3 raised to power 2. So this one is the same thing as 3 raised to power minus x all over 3 times. Now, the question I need to ask myself, how many 3 can I have to get 81? So it means I can do 3 times 3 times 3. That's 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3. So that is, let's say 27 times 3. 7 times 3, 21. Carry 2. Okay, 3 times 2, 6, but that's 81. So it means 27 times 3 is what? 81. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means that this is 3 raised to power 4, all raised to power what? X. It's as simple as that. So what we just need to do now is also, we are trying to ensure that all of them are in base 3. They must have the same base before you can solve exponential questions. Okay, and I've told you the meaning of exponential question, it must have equal sign. Okay, you can either be looking for the power, which is in this case is what? X. The power is x. Okay, or sometimes you can be looking for base, in which you will also be able to cancel out the power. So now what we do next is that we now have 1 over 2 times x. Okay, power and power multiplying together is the same thing as what? 2x. Okay, so you now have 3 raised to power minus x over 3 times 3. 4 times x, that is what? 4x. It's as simple as that. So the next thing we'll do is that this one is the same thing as 3 raised to power 2x equals 3 raised to power minus x all over. Now don't forget, like I told you, any figure you see is raised to power 1. Okay, I gave an example of joy raised to power 1 is same thing as joy. So in this case now, there's 1 here, but we don't usually add because it's still the same, that value. So what do I need to do? Multiplication law in indices. Pick one base and add the power. So this one is simple as saying 1 plus 4x. That is law of indices, multiplication law. If they have the same base, pick one base and add the power. Now, don't forget this too. I've also told you that this can also be I can write this 1 over 3 raised to power 2x as what? 3 raised to power minus 2x, which is equals to, okay? Don't forget, if I want to remove the minus in indices, that is negative index law in indices, I will just say 1 over 3 raised to power 2x. And I've solved other questions before this one, and I've indicated how I can remove minus. So it's very key. Please go through them. So you now have 3 raised to power minus x, okay, all over, or let me just change, instead of me using long division, let me change it to what? Short division, which is what? 3, 1 plus what? 4x. Okay, so don't miss it. Instead of me writing long division, I change it to short division. In division law, under indices, what do we do? Okay, so it means that at the end of the day, all I just need to do is just to one, pick one what? Pick one base. You do what? You pick one base. Then you do what? You subtract the power. Okay? So in division law under indices, you pick one base and you do what? You subtract the power. Division law, pick one base and you what? You subtract the power. So it's as simple as that. So at the end of the day, what you will now do is that you can now say, okay, let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. Okay. So what will happen here is that, so like I said, I can rewrite this division. You can change it to minus. Okay. Division law. You change this to minus. That is, you subtract the power. But in another way that you can look at it, or I can rewrite this as this. Okay. I can rewrite this one. I can rewrite it as this. 1 over 3 raised to power 2x equals 3 raised to power minus x times 1 over what? 3 raised to power 1 plus 4x. Okay, so don't forget there's all sign here. I can write this one as this. Okay, and I can also write it as what? As this. It's still the same thing. It's not changing anything. There's something I wanted to drag out there so that it will be more clear. We're trying to break it down so that you can get the understanding. Okay, so at the end of the day, it means you now have 1 over 3 raised to power 2x, okay, minus x. Don't forget, don't forget that if I want to remove this 1 all over, what I just need to do is just to introduce negative sign, which is this minus, open a bracket, because this is 1 plus 4x. This minus must what? Multiply through the bracket. That's 1 plus what? 4x. It's as simple as that. So it means you have 3 raised by minus x times, instead of me writing 1 all over 3 raised by this, I can now change it to what? Minus this. It's as simple as this. That was the same thing I did, and I've mentioned that over and over again. 1 all over a is the same thing as a raised by minus 1. Okay? 1 all over 2 is the same thing as 2 raised by minus 1. 1 all over 5 is the same thing as 5 raised by minus 1. It's as simple as that. Okay, so it means that this one is the same thing as 1 over 3 raised by 2x. Okay, instead of me writing 1 all over here too, okay, instead of me writing 1 all over 3 raised by 2x, I can also write 3 raised to power minus 2x is the same thing. Okay, so here is the same thing as saying minus x times. So don't forget, like I said, anything on the right hand side is the owner of the sign. There's a plus sign here, but we don't usually write it. Okay, so I've mentioned it over and over. Minus times plus is what? Minus. So this one is minus 1. Okay, now look at this now. Minus times plus. If you're not very careful, you will not get the answer. I intentionally put this question there so that you can take your time and solve it. So minus times plus is what? Minus. Then you bring out 1. Okay, that's minus 1. Now look at the second one. Minus times plus is what? Minus. Okay, then you have your what? 4x. I hope you can see it now. Minus times plus is what? Minus. I've mentioned this under factorization, how you can multiply signs. Okay, so this one is something as saying 2 raised power minus 2x equals, pick one base. This is multiplication now. Pick one base and add the power, plus, open a bracket, minus 1 minus 4x. Don't miss that sign. Okay, minus x plus multiplication on, pick one base, add the power, plus, you use plus to multiply the whole power here, minus 1 minus 4x. So now if you look at this very well, let's continue this one here. So if you look at this very well, this is the same thing as saying 3 raised to power minus 2x equals, then if you look at here very well, this is what? Minus x. Okay, now plus times minus is what? is still what? Minus. Plus times minus is still also what? Minus. So you still have minus what? You still have minus 1 minus what? 4x. It's as simple as that. Okay. Sorry, I think I missed s there. So it's simple as what? Minus x minus x minus 1 minus 4x. Okay, so don't miss it. Look at it from the below here. We have minus s here, so plus is multiplying the bracket, so you will still have the same minus 1 minus 4x. So if you have any question or if it's not clear at anywhere, please let us know. But I know it's very simple and it's clear. It should be clear. So now you can now cancel 3 will cancel 3 here. Okay, 3 will cancel 3. What will you now do? You now bring down the power. Okay, so you now have minus 2x because we are looking for x and it's at the power. So it's same thing as what? Minus x minus 1 minus 4x. Do you see now? Bring all x together and leave non-x. So this one is same thing as saying minus 2x minus x is crossing equal sign. It will change to what? Plus x. Minus 4x is crossing equal sign. It will change to what? Plus 4x equals minus 1. You see it now? Very, very simple. It's just like chinchi and pure water. So if you look at this very well, minus 2x plus what? 5x equals minus 1. X, that is 1. 1x plus 4. That's 1 plus 4 is what? 5x. Now, if you look at this very well, minus 2 plus 5x. If I have 5 naira and I give you 2 naira, it means I'm going to have 3 naira. So minus 2x plus 5x is what? 3x equals minus 1. So if you divide both sides, divide through, divide through by 3. So it means it's what? 3x over 3 minus 1 over 3. So 3 will cancel 3. S equals minus 1 over 3. It's as simple as that. So that is the value of x. So this one is a very standard theory question, okay? And then they want you to show your working, okay? Even in in your exams, whether your teacher gave you an assignment or perhaps in the test, in the exams, maybe first time, second time, or third time, okay? You need to show your steps to see how you arrive at the answer. So this is exactly how you can get your answer. It's very, very straightforward. And please go through all those parts so that you can understand more on how we solve indices. Okay, thank you, and God bless you. Continue to like